I've cultivated would shock you.
The Imperium shall be sated. Not let that one come to me.
Or fly on the FTG account. I could do that, or it'd be way funnier to just talk shit about myself in the video. Now, I'm not going to say it's me, I'm just going to call him out. And then I'm going to get my friend to use his microphone and read my script. And respond on second to Guardsman. So if you know, guys, you know the Elite Ball knowledge, and we'll see how long we can keep it going until people realize it's just me.
Extermination is done for this mutant.
I was Sackman, I haven't played him. It's pretty fun. Back during Adeptus time, sure, even YouTube frogs can't be that dense. You'd be surprised. This world may actually shock you. Maximum levels of playing into it, of course. I mean, that was honestly the original intention of the whole channel, just for like goofy stuff. I'm a goofy guy, what can I say? And guys, that's how Hero Brian got started, right? You are about to be plummeted on. Prepare yourselves. Just kidding. That was a ploy I used to distract you from my hammer. You thought it was coming from above. It was actually coming from directly in front of you. See? I'm gonna hit you from the front. Just kidding. That was a ruse. And then we're gonna land on you. And from the side. Like a T-boning semi-truck.
Purification by frag grenade. Avenging angel.
How do I know what that feels like? Let me tell you a story. When I was a kid, in my mom's van, we got hit by a semi-truck T-bone right in the highway. Crazy shit. Not this would be a highway intersection. Crazy shit. Nobody got hurt. That's the crazier part. But I have experienced a semi-truck slamming into my side of a car. I'm gonna tell you guys. Riveting. Wings of Flame build? It certainly is. Stuff STG in chat. What's up, Invictus? FTG, maybe silly question, is a 40 frame startup for balanced weapons for blocker parry based on the display frame rate. So the reason they call it like 40 frames is 40 frames at 60 FPS. It's an actual millisecond timer though, so it's not dependent on your frames. It's just the way that fighting games used to be played, where the terminology comes from. Like the whole, like, you know, this is a 40 frame parry, this is this many frame parry, because fighting game term, where it all came from originally. It just kind of got adopted by, like, action RPGs and things like that as well.
Attack refuel. I am righteous, avenging angel.
I love doing death battles in 2x2 hallways. Oh, so they made this mine. This was their Minecraft strip mine. Here we are. Oh, that'd be a 1x. Oh, you know what I mean. You know, you guys all know.
The silence of its dimension targets some souls.
I didn't mean to start a Minecraft server, actually. We're gonna make it a class-based society, and we're gonna raise you from like eating wheat to like eating meat if you're in the higher floors, you know.
Take flight and let terror
Or you know, the upper society, as you will.
I am airborne ready. The Imperium wants not. Avenging angels. The seeds of heresy bear bitter.
I was probably being out of that with so little HP loss.
Raven Magnus. Together we go.
Last thing those guys ever felt.
Let us march unhindered. What heroes of past eons graced the halls of this land?
I will live in a dimly lit 4x4x2 and eat nothing but mushrooms.
The vessel has a more glorious
Your contribution to the famine will be, or I should say the famine reserves, will be noted. I too partake in beans and rice. On a 5-layer burrito, of course. From Taco Bell. A mushroom, dude. Listen, the only mushroom I eat is orc flesh. I love you, FCG. How's it going, brother? What's up, opposite? I'm doing pretty well. Beans on toast is why God doesn't love humanity. That's definitely at the forefront. There are probably some other things, but... Stole this Red Owl. I think that's tier 1. Thank you, thank you.
gifts from the forge.
Actually, would eating orcs be considered vegetarian? I mean, yeah. Oh, it tastes pretty fucking good, dude. You ever had like a stuffed portobello? How about like a squig? A cheese stuffed squig. Slow roasted. Probably tastes better than a Tyranid. Another sim just for me. It mocks me. I cannot have both this and the restorative one, and I definitely want the restorative one. Orc tastes like pork. How does he know?
This burns
How do you know that?
grace.
What's this guy been up to? Welcome to Squig Burger Home, a Squig Burger. Can I take your order? Listen, we all know, like, any place that calls themselves Squig Burger is gonna be overpriced. Or my high school, there was a burger joint near my high school, and they would give you, they had like a big discount if you went to the local high school. But only for like 2 items on their menu. Not that I ever partook in the burger, but I did. I was a burrito man myself. I've always been like a real simp for Taco Bell. I don't know what's wrong with me, you know. It's gotten so bad to the point that like Taco Bell is like more of a luxury to me than an actual Mexican restaurant. Like, you're like, gun against my head, last meal, and you're like, you have to choose one Mexican dish. What is it? I'd be like, chalupa from Taco Bell, please.
Heretics.
Those cinnamon fritters they have though, those things can suck my ass. Those are garbage. Why the fuck would I want sugar with my... I'm not a Baja Blast partaker, right?
Bro, we need to fix that crane.
The crane requires you to
Taco Bell chicken quesadilla. Somebody posted a possum in my, a tiny little baby possum outside their house in my Discord, and I was like, dude, we only feed those 5-layer burritos here. That's why ours grows so big. I've never seen a possum that small. And then this person had the audacity to say they're the only ones that would actually eat them. And I was like, well, what the fuck did you say to my Taco Bell? So we banned that guy. Just kidding, we didn't ban him. We thought about it. We think about a lot of things here at FTP. Taco Bell equals exquisite Mexican cuisine. Yeah, it's something, you know, that's one of the adjectives you could use, yes. I don't know, guys. If you were running a fast food joint, okay, and you had to gaslight people into it being good, what's the adjective you would use to describe your meals? Without directly lying. Like, if you call that shit gourmet, they're gonna be like, this fucking lying fast food chain. If you have a McDonald's arch burger controversy all over again. Don't call it a product. We've already seen what that brings. Oh my god, I same way again, the same spot. I respect these guys more. They do a lot of damage than hard strats.
Let us make the most of this new chance. I'm airborne ready.
Congrats on 76 subs. Thank you, none of your business. I apologize that I'm still a Sanguinius fan, but that's not changing. I'm afraid that's permanent.
Their mutation is near. See to that crane, as the day is lost.
Have you guys not heard about the controversy at McDonald's where, like, they call... Oh, wow, another relic just for me? Okay. Thank you. The Emperor does provide. Okay.
Eternal gratitude to whoever locates the second console.
Please do not teleport. Thank you. Oh, this guy typed up a paragraph on either. This guy typed up a paragraph at Taco Bell. Hold on. Taco Bell's quality goes up exponentially as the time of day marches from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. But like Cinderella, as the clock strikes 4, it turns to shit again, and the cycle repeats. You know what? Do I have a gift for this? Which one's this? That's not the right one. Yeah. Well said, guy. Dr. Rhino.
Return to slumber.
Got 5 seconds.
It appears
That was a rather profound answer to the plight of Taco Bell, but you know, gourmet food does require profound thought. Because if not, what is the difference between a Taco Bell and a McDonald's if not gourmet experience?
You are nearing the vessel's sight turret. Ensure nothing further impedes your progress.
Ensure nothing else impedes your progress. Well, they are kind of like sending in everything under the sun at us. Even though it's nighttime, wait. Or I can catch them both in this. This should kill them too. They're actually pretty weak to the hammer.
Jump pack refueled.
At 3:59 a.m., it is a Michelin star quality. Yes, but how many Michelin stars? It's okay. At least you aren't a dirty Eldar lover. You know, I was about to pause my screen and say, like, well, actually, I am, but that'd be the biggest lie on this channel. Fuck Eldar. Eldar deserved everything that happened to them. Eldar are like the most entitled, pompous Nepo babies you would ever possibly have. They're a Nepo race. That's how I would put them. They're like, the fact that they talk shit on humanity when humanity's caused way less harm to the galaxy than them is fucking crazy to me. Are y'all dissing Pancreas? No, we're not. I know he likes Eldar, but he likes Eldar like... He's a fantasy guy, okay? He gets a pass. I had Sandman message me last night and he said... I believe Sandman of Terror's exact words were... FTG, do you think you could fancy... Would you fancy getting the... Actually, what was the DM he said? It was funny the way he put it. It was very British. He said, any chance you fancy helping me get to the end of Siege mode at some point? Because he wants the bobble helmet. We do indeed fancy the bobble helmet. Gilly Man likes them? That's propaganda, okay? That's just meme propaganda, that's not actually true. Sandman is a gent. Yeah, he is a gent. He certainly is.
A malformed abomination. These are the primitive scrawlings of the unenlightened. Better left than gone.
Into the ordnance heroes. Continue with the mission. There are more pressing heresies that need our attention.
Remember, enemies need no longer gaze at this atrocity.
Is that the smell of bullshit in the air? Aw, these winds are clean up until now. Just kidding. They were.
Destroy that debasement! Witness how dark gods abandon. Avenging angel of your smoke.
I'm gonna go over here.
The Imperial hammer rises to strike. Jump and refuel. So
That was kind of rude what you did to me. I didn't know you had a line of fire there.
already. I scatter your foul sins to the winds of Avenging angel at your disposal. Passing
Oh.
Talent. No heritage in the east. Jump pack refuel.
Oh.
I'm airborne.
I realized that all I said there was just like actual grunting noises, but can you blame me, chat?
Avenging angel at your disposal. Imperial's hammer rises. I am airborne ready.
Literally all we did was grunt. That's 100% what we did there. That was funny. Uh-huh.
Is this the glory Magnus promised you?
What a fun time.
Jump pack refuel.
That's just a funny little hell route.
His real weakness.
Quite maddening that a cult of sniper is one of the most dangerous foes in the Chaos faction in Space Marine 2. I mean, they're really all just part of like a conglomerate of bullshittery, aren't they? Now, I think a block hammer is actually better there because the block charges will really just stun the hell root and fuck them up.
Gifts from the forge. We must slay this hellstorm. The survivor falls forever done. Love.
Block hammer is very strong against them. You also get the range damage reduction, which is really helpful. Ugh, an ammo box just for me.
Captain Akaran, your Ultramarines are late. We are under heavy attack and
Ammo
need
box.
reinforcements.
We are approaching your besieged bastion.
Make haste, lest your tardiness lead to the harm of our blessed vessel.
Are you using the block or balance hammers? Is balanced. So we got more of the base damage. It's better like off rip for a lot of things, but in that scenario, a block would have definitely been better.
Gifts from the forge. I scatter back sins to the winds. I am airborne ready. Twisted spear carrier waits on challenge. The taint of the warp enfeebles them.
Just like that.
Slay the corrupt servant, the Imperium. Avenging angel. Rat down prey. Bring back to your dark masters.
You can completely dodge his missiles quite easily in this game. I think an action he'll do on this guy is, sorry, I should put a bit of HP there, whatever. It's a movement they force. And the minigun if you don't stagger it in time. Inferno pistol could be better for the actually the stagger in one shot. Oh my god, delivered on a platter. Can I ask a question? No. Just kidding. What's the better, the balance or block axe on Vanguard in terms of damage? I'm going to prefer the block for the damage because when you do the power stance attack, you deal more damage. Block is technically superior in damage if you build up block charges, but they're both very strong. You can use either one. They're both better than the fencing one is right now. The balance one can be better if you're using Zone of Impact though, because it allows you to get a break point on a gun strike to go and like grapple into them. What is your duty? I make videos. I mean death. Yeah.
Adequate performance noted, Talassa. I have opened the gates.
Heretic.
We
I'm
cannot
sorry,
preserve
boss.
this blessed vehicle with such a meager number of troops.
Talassa is not there to provide you with protection.
Imagine if Assault could use the combat dagger for the dodge boost. That would be really cool.
It
I would like that a
couldn't
lot.
possibly break free of Demarium's gravity in its present condition.
We only require that it reach the enemy vessel and destroy it.
I had thought you Astartes would possess the requisite appreciation of a vessel such as this, and its importance to the Imperium.
If you wish to...
The engine should provide sufficient lift, but the vessel's fusion batteries are fully depleted. There's no charge to start the ship's reactor.
We shall supply the spark for you to kindle the vessel's heart.
There is a fusion battery unit.
Okay. Hello, complete beginner here. I've been playing for about 30 hours. My friend recommended your YouTube to me. I thank you for your content. You make learning the game more enjoyable and less confusing. Excited to learn your stream. Oh. You guys would know, guys. You get to watch how I die on the stream. I'll show you how to speedrun Buddhism. You get to your next life as fast as possible. kidding. I'm glad I could help though.
Take flight. Let terror.
Paid shatter.
I am no
Yeah.
Enginseer, but these tracks seem
Uh-oh.
misaligned.
Never mind, you know what? I might actually be able to show you.
For managing the tracks nearby.
So when the helper attacks you,
Perform the appropriate rites of alignment to achieve the desired geometry.
Assuming they possess the ability to extrapolate accordingly.
Surely the Ultramarines scream that includes for reasoning and spatial awareness.
Considering this plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
Jump pack refuel. Right. Lay it to waste. Avenging angels. Let that betrayer's path end. Releasing. An angel of the dead. Wicked animus seeks righteous cause. I am airborne ready. Hellbray. I am the righteous storm.
that was much easier than the first one.
This Dreadnought's defiled remains good for naught. Gifts from the Forge. Together we inch closer to victory and glory.
Now we have strong strikes. You consider taking ample ammunition over commitment. I feel like ample ammunition puts attack in your pocket. Tested since strong strikes came out. No, you just always take commitment. Commitment has an. I mean, your jump pack dodge has an animation cancel, so you pretty much always want more jump pack dodges no matter what. Getting one for free can be absolutely vital to surviving. 10-second cooldown's too long. Commitment's just like the god tier perk currently. Ample ammunition was actually better before strong strikes. Way better. Your jump pack dash is kind of cracked now. Like it's significantly better than the other build options for the most part
Your
now.
Messiah has blessed you with an abundance of power.
Bonk.
Perhaps in the machine god's infinite wisdom they permit the transgression you're about to commit. Do not speak beyond your ken, Enginseer. It does not take a locust to see this is an act of desperation.
What's up? I just started my 40k journey at the game because it's free. Any advice? I can definitely give you some tips, but I do have a new player guide for the game on my channel if you're curious about that. That'll probably have way more, it's way more succinct than anything I'll say here right now in the middle of a game. If you type in ultimate new player guide to Space Marine 2, it should be the thing that pops up. This should cover all the basic mechanics in the game. This guy, exclamation point YouTube. You think we're that kind of streamer? You think we have exclamation point anything in this chat? We have exclamation point emotes. What do you mean free? Probably means like PSN Plus or Game Pass. None of your business with the $5 super chat. Lore inaccurate cult to snipers. What do you call a lasgun with a flashlight attached? A recon lasgun. I call it the Mark IV lasgun from Darktide. What the? Actually, a lot of damage good will do. Thank you very much, any business. Bonk. Twin link, that's a stubber actually. Oh my god, I missed this. Kind of a waste of our jump pack though. Thunderhammer is actually quite good at mopping up Vengors.
Defend the fusion battery unit. Avenging angels. Extermination is coming. Be the nation of death. Do not let that conjure reinforce. Defend the fusion battery unit.
Okay.
Defend the fusion battery unit.
I love cultist snipers.
Defend the fusion.
Is there a good heavy melee build? I want it to work so bad. I wouldn't use melee on heavy. I mean, I have a build where I took melee stuff on heavy with a Wrath of the Imperium, but like I wouldn't call it good. You know, back in the day, melee heavy was actually kind of cracked on the PTS for a year ago. There was a PTS for patch 7. And in that patch, where we had the Prestige Perk update, or in the public tester for that patch, they actually had 4 different melee perks for the heavy in the Prestige Perk list. Like, I think 4 out of his 7 Prestige perks were all for melee. Dude, I'm never getting out of this spot.
No heretic. Defend the fusion battery unit. I'm airborne. Scarab accounts were naught but silted whispers. Defend the fusion battery unit.
Is there an actual block mechanic in the game, or is it melee specific? I have a whole... So, there's a lot that goes into block. I can give you the TLDR here. I also have a whole video on the defense types. But, basically, they have half the active frames of fencing. When you don't get any parries, you get a perfect block instead. Every time you perfect block, you will get an adrenaline source charge. The first one will give you 30% more melee damage. The second one will give you 90%. They will last for like 2.2 seconds after you initiate any attack, and they'll buff your damage up for that amount for that time period. And they last for like 15 seconds without decaying if you don't attack anything. So they're really good for dealing extra damage. And also, if you stack up 2 adrenaline surge charges from doing 2 perfect blocks in a row without attacking, your next attack will deal not only more damage, that 90% bonus, but also give you armor back. And every perfect block gives you a 60% range damage reduction, which actually makes them quite good against Chaos for that reason. However, the obvious downside is you don't get any armor unparried from Minoros, and
Defend the fusion battery unit.
you don't get any stagger off the parries, which doesn't really matter for a lot of classes in this game, but for classes like TAC, block can be a little trickier at times because you can get stacked on by the curves pretty easily.
Cleanse the air of their revolting
Alright, I'm just hitting this button. I'm going up.
Defend the fusion battery unit.
You rancid little creature.
Jump pack refuel.
I overestimated the breakpoint there. My mistake.
Defend the fusion battery unit. Chains of the war be thieves. The armory.
Right through the wall, right through the wall. It makes sense. Makes sense. I love that. I love to see it.
Our eyes need no other gaze of this atrocity. Avenging angel, you dispose I scatter your proud sins to the wind. Be as an angel of death.
Alright. Those are all snipers down there. Yeah, I'm really doing with that. I want to fight these guys up top. I just want to get this plugged in.
Charging sequence initialized. 0.01% and rising.
Almost bad.
Delapsum, we are almost there. What is your status?
The sleeping giant will soon awaken.
Hold for our signal.
I'm airborne ready. It is as grotesque today as
Transmitting targeting signal now.
your signal barely registers, but I read it.
Your data is clouded, Lieutenant. Maintain close proximity to target.
I am the righteous. Jump back with you.
Reactor is primed for ignition.
The vessel is ready. May this machine service be forever remembered.
Sword of Atreus primed and locked in.
Lock target now.
Routing signal data through telemetry systems.
Okay.
Numerous errors detected due to signal interference.
That's a wrap on that
Curating
one.
Trajectory.
Is this all good now? Assault's probably the best class technically in the entire game at the moment, besides Bulwark. Or that. Or Bulwark or this class.
The shot.
God damn. When you execute a Majoris and all minors get knocked back, do they take any damage, or is it just a breathing room mechanic? I swear cultists pop when I do it, but not sure for Sangors. I'm pretty sure they do take a bit of damage. I've seen them get executed, or become executable off of it before. I have seen that. A lot of guys.